Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the W2 Prison Break Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today, we are going to be doing another solo cast. So it's just me today. If you are listening to this episode, whether it's on Spotify or Apple or Google or wherever you listen to your episodes, I just want to remind everyone that we also have these episodes on our YouTube channel. So if you'd rather watch, you can go to our YouTube channel and please do subscribe. I would encourage you to go to our YouTube channel anywhere because, in addition to the podcast episodes, we do have a lot of content revolved around how we're helping people break out of their W-2 job. So we talk about, really the three biggest fears and everything associated with that, which the three fears are money, mindset, motivation, or your why. So we're helping you develop those skills to crush those fears so that you can leave your job and develop the business of your dreams. Okay, let's dive into today's topic, today's episode, which is the best advice I've ever received. And that advice came from my coach several years ago. For just to give you a little bit of background here, I worked in corporate for 25 years. I was in sales. So right out of college, I got a job. I got a job with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. They had a great management training program, and that's what I was supposed to do. That was my download. I had been fed that, go to school, get a great job, do well in school, and, go with a big company that's got a great management training program. That's literally what my father had said to me. And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But that was just what I was supposed to do. And that turned into a career in sales again for 25 years. And I was stuck in that. I was stuck in that cycle. I was stuck in that job. I always wanted to start my own business. And, I loved or at least I thought that I loved the security of the steady paycheck and the benefits and the 401k and the health insurance and all that stuff, which I later, when I dive into this episode here, I later just realized that was just really all nonsense. So I have a coach. I never had a mentor or a coach. I don't know what it is, especially with men. I don't know what it is. We get out of school, like I had coaches and mentors and teachers all the way up to that point. So I get out of college and then boom, I'm done. I got it all figured out. I'm good now. I don't have anybody that I can really rely on. My parents, yes, but I'm talking about someone who had been where I wanted to go, right? And I never had that. I just, I got it all figured out. I'm good. It wasn't until I hired a coach several years ago in the specific niche in real estate that I wanted to be in, which I'm in now, which is creative financing, the terms business. And it wasn't just real estate. Like I learned this skill from him and my coach, but there's so many other things that I learned as well. And that's really one of the huge benefits, at least for me, for coaching, is not just the skill, but it was what I learned. Like I learned how to build a business. I learned how to fix my mindset. I learned how to grow. I learned how to improve. And I really learned how to deal with challenges and adversity. Like, hey, when I've got this problem, I can go to this person and he's been there and he can help me with it. And if he hasn't been there, he can get the answer for me. Okay. So that's why I'm such a huge believer in coaching and mentoring and being part of a community, being part of a group of people who you can surround yourself with that want to excel in life, and they'll lift you up versus the people like, no, don't do that. That's too risky, and hold you down and pull you down because they're scared. So this is the advice that he gave me. I want to talk to you about the best advice I ever received. I had gotten to the point in my real estate business where I had really started to gain some momentum. I was doing deals and the money was coming in and cash flow and really things were starting to click on all cylinders. And I had really thought about leaving my job. And the fear really started to come in, like, hey, how am I going to deal without this steady paycheck? What am I going to do with my health insurance? Like, I won't have a retirement account anymore. I was literally trying to talk myself out of it, and I was using all these things, as an excuse to not do it. Like, I wasn't going to quit real estate, but it was just like, okay, I don't know if I really have the mindset right now to go all in at this thing and grow it to where I wanted it to go. So I pondered, and it's like, well, I'll just, keep it where it is. And I don't want to leave my job. Like, I'm nervous, even though I knew that was the goal. Like, I started this business because I wanted to leave my job. I wanted to stop traveling, and I wanted to be with my family and watch my son grow up. I was missing that. So I called up my coach and I said, hey, look, here's the situation. I've got all these properties that I've bought. I'm doing really well. And I think it's time to quit my job, but I'm just not sure. I'm just scared. It's like, what if? And he said to me, and I will never, ever forget this. And I tell this to people all the time who are willing to listen. He said to me, he said, Brian, the job is the risk. The W-2 is the risk. And then he didn't say anything. And I thought about it for a second, and I was like, oh my God, he's so right. I had never thought of it that way. And basically what he's saying to me is that, hey, you're expendable. Okay. I had gone through 3 rounds of layoffs after the '08 crash. I went through 3 rounds of layoffs. I survived all of them. And it easily could have been me every single time. And every time that they announced that they were laying people off, I was like, okay, I'm out. Like, there's no way that I'm going to keep surviving here. Someone's got to go. And I survived every time. And my biggest fear was like, look, I'm at an age now, because the last round I was in my 40s or early 40s, late 30s. And I said, no one's going to hire me and pay me the money that I'm making. So there was so much fear associated with that. And that's really what ultimately started to get me thinking like, hey, if there's a 4th or 5th one, I just can't keep surviving here. You are expendable. I saw how many people they laid off, and tons of companies were doing that. And we could potentially start seeing that now. So you have to learn to fix your mindset. You have to think differently and not let stuff like health insurance and a 401k and benefits keep you in something that you hate because you think that these are benefits. They are not benefits. It's complete nonsense. And that's the realization that I came to. You can still get health insurance. I have health insurance. Okay. As a business owner, I have health insurance. You can still have a retirement plan as a business owner. You have these options. You have to investigate them. And our health insurance is actually very reasonable. Okay. So don't have all these fears that you're not going to have this. You have to stay in a job because they have benefits and security and you have a steady paycheck. And again, with the flip of a light switch, they can cut you. And I've seen it happen to a lot of people. And normally you don't know what's happening and you get blindsided and now you're forced into some type of, entrepreneurship or maybe taking a job for less money or a job that you hate even more than the one you're in. So it was such great advice, and that really pushed me over the edge when I started to think about it differently. Like, hey, yeah, he's right. So it's so important to have someone that can just put it in perspective for you. And I left that job. I think I had resigned maybe 3 weeks later. I had a discussion with my wife and my family. I said, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be all in. And I'm never going back. Like I've burned the W-2 ships, if you will, because number one, I've learned other ways to make money, and that's something that you absolutely need to do when you're thinking about leaving your job and your fear revolves around money. If you're making $10,000 a month as a W-2 employee and you're thinking to yourself, how am I ever going to replace that? Okay, well, you got to look at other ways to earn money first, and then you can look at starting a business that you're passionate about that will earn you less income because you have these other sources coming in. Okay. And you could do that passively. So you can buy real estate. You can loan money to people. You can invest in syndications passively like I did. There's a bunch of different ways that you can earn money. And we talk about this on this channel all the time, which is why I say, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a bunch of videos out about learning different ways to make money, but you don't have to put a lot of effort into it, right? and you're not trading time for dollars. And you can become an affiliate. I mean, affiliate marketing, like I make money from promoting the products already exist. I just promote them, and anyone can do that with the internet. Anyone can do that. So if you're not an affiliate, you can go and sign up for affiliate membership on Amazon, and you can promote products. You can promote books, whatever stuff that you use and you love, you can promote them, and you get paid a commission if somebody buys them. And you can do that with other businesses too. It's not just Amazon. So you can go to a business or a company that you work with or that you've used, you're passionate about, like, hey, do you have an affiliate program? And you recommend somebody and they sign up and you get paid. It's a very, very easy way to get some passive income coming in, and it can be, monthly depending on what you're selling. So think about other ways to make money. We'll help you with that on this channel on W2 Prison Break. We'll bring guests on that make money in different ways. And that will help crush some of the fears around, hey, if I leave, I'm not going to make it the same amount of money. So awesome advice. I mean, I really talk about it being the best advice I've ever received, because it was like, I don't know if I would have ever quit. And since I've left the job, like, so much has happened. So many great things have happened. I've started another business. I've built my real estate business. I'm here with my family. I don't travel on airplanes anymore unless I'm going on vacation. I'm going with them. So I'm not away, and I don't get to miss stuff, and I'm getting to see him grow up, which has been really the greatest joy of my life. So I'm just super grateful that I had that conversation, that I had the coach. And I tell him all the time, I'm like, I'll never forget what you said to me. And it was probably insignificant to him at the time, because he's like, yeah, what are you doing? Why are you so worried about this? Like, you're expendable. They don't care about you. And that may sound a little bit harsh. I know they did care about me, but when it comes down to it, the business, the company survives over the employee. And everything went on, the company didn't go out of business because I left. Like, they survived without Brian. So I hope that's helpful. I just really want to talk about the gift of coaching, and to think differently, open up your eyes, look at your situation differently. And once you start to do that and change the way that you think, then some of these other fears and it's all stuff that you create these stories about the benefits and the health insurance and, the steady paycheck. Will you have months in your business where you won't have income? Sure. But you could have a month where you make more than you did an entire year as a W-2 employee. And if you're in the right type of business, like real estate, you don't have to earn as much because you pay less in tax. So just look at things differently versus like, hey, I'm getting this paycheck every 2 weeks and all this money's going to my 401k and my health benefits, everything's good, right? So just look at things differently. And if you want to reach out to me, I do work with people one-on-one. We can talk about your situation. I do have some openings available for some one-to-one spots. And again, I've been through all of this, and we can really talk about, the first thing to do is to assess your situation now. You have to look at where you are right now before you can start to make the improvements, right? Here are the areas that I want to improve in my life. And then, we talk about action steps, and we talk about developing a plan to make those improvements. So I really appreciate you listening, as always. If you like these episodes, share them with somebody who you think needs to hear it, who you think it might help, and leave us a review. So I hope everyone has an excellent day. Thanks again for watching.